G'day guys, Josh here. In this video, we're just going to look at the auction house. It only unlocks at level 11 and you have to have a 75 overall franchise. So not everyone has access at this point, but I just want to show you exactly what it looks like this season. And it looks basically the same as last season. Pricing's a bit weird at this point in time because there's not that many people that have access. So it's important to note that any of the classic players are not auctionable, but guys from the Crossroads promo are, and all of your NBA lineup guys are. You can also auction off coaches, as you can see Mark Madsen there, and in fact you can auction classic coaches as well as the NBA coaches. If we hit search and just limit this to elites, and you'll see that there's not that much content up at the moment. You can Lonzo Ball there is going for 47k untouched with 5 minutes to go, so there's very little action in the auction house at the moment. A big part of that is, if I hit the sell button here, is to do with the banner you can see across the top there. There's a 35% auction fee. Now, my hypothesis as to why that has been bumped up from 10% to 35% is to combat illegal coin sellers, which essentially ruin the auction house for those that want to play fair. You look at last season and there were players that were selling for 99 million instantly. If inflation didn't happen because coin sellers weren't a thing, then that would never be an issue. Those players would maybe max out at like 20 million, and everything would be just much more achievable for those guys that don't cheat the system and spend to buy cash. So the whole thing just ruins the game for everyone. EA are constantly trying to solve that problem, but it is hard to deal with. So the auction house tax, and also the fact that you need to reach level 11 and have a 75 overall franchise, I think help with that. I'm not sure why that's not letting me hit search again. So we're going to just scroll through some of the elites you can see in the auction house, and I'm going to look for some base elites that have boosts. I have seen some. Here we go, Jabari Parker. So he has a bench boost, a 2% dunk rating to the power forward that's on the starting lineup. That's really nice. He's 38k and untouched. So you're going to find lots of these base NBA elites that have a boost. Doug McDermott has a boost there. Seth Curry has a boost. We haven't seen any elite coaches yet, but we will find some if we continue scrolling across. Lots of players with boosts. You can see here Marvin Williams, Terrence Ross. Now, let's see if I turn off the players. Will that just show coaches? No, it doesn't. Let's turn players back on. I'm not sure what they're set up for. It's possible that the filtering still has some work to be done, because if you look at the programs, it shows all of the programs from last season, which obviously isn't right. Let's look for, I know that Steve Kerr is an elite coach, so let's see if there's any Steve Kerrs up. There are not. Oh, okay, I see my problems because I have an overrating in there. Now if I search for Kerr, there we go, we can see Kerr. No one's going to buy him for 3 mil. I've seen elite coaches selling for 75k. Other elites, we've got Popovich. You can see he's up at 500k. And I'm curious now, if I turn off players, do the coaches still turn up? They do. So that's a quick way you can search for coaches if you just simply turn off players. What about if you type in coach as the player name? Will that have any impact? Okay, so that doesn't work, but that will help you searching for coaches when you get into the auction house. And as I said, the classic coaches are auctionable. None of the classic players are auctionable, and no player that has been trained is auctionable. And for those wondering if the Karl Anthony Towns that you can purchase with NBA cash, or you can purchase him with, oh, he might be in my lineup actually. Let's get him out of my lineup and we'll see if we can sell him. So we'll sub in Whiteside, go back to the auction house, hit sell, hit sell. Now we can actually filter player and collectibles there. I'm not sure if that was in season 1, I can't remember, but now we can scroll across until we can find him. There he is. And you can see here that if we put in a starting bid and a buy now price, you can actually post that auction. So Karl Anthony Towns from the NBA Crossroads promo certainly is auctionable, as long as you don't train him. So that's a look at the auction house in its current state. It's pretty dead, it's pretty barren. It just feels like it's a desert with some scrub weeds just blowing across. The prices are not set at all. There's golds are all over the place. Very little purchasing is happening, and certainly that 35% auction house fee doesn't help. As a game changer, I know that myself and others have brought this up with EA. Once we sort of raise it with them, it's out of our hands, but EA are certainly aware of it, and hopefully something happens to change that in favor of the users, because I personally really enjoyed getting into the auction house, sniping, investing. It was a big part of the game for me, as well as the gameplay. So hopefully they're able to bring that back to something more in line with Season 1. Thanks for watching the vid, guys. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to the channel to keep up with all of my content.